All right. I'm going to give folks a couple minutes to join before we get started. All right, welcome to the Administrative Zoning Public Hearing for December 14th, 2022. And my name is Lindsay Hagan. I will be presiding over this hearing today. So during this, so we're going to start this meeting at 4:01 p.m. During this declared state of emergency, the meeting will be conducted in accordance with the California Government Code Section 54953E as authorized by resolution. Please contact city.clerk@mountainview.gov to obtain a copy of the applicable resolution. All members will be participating in this meeting by video conference with no physical meeting location. Members of the public wishing to comment on any item may do so by either clicking on the raise hand feature in Zoom when I announce the item on which you wish to speak. Speakers will be notified of their turn shortly before they are called on to speak. And if you are calling in by phone today, then you can also press or dial *9 to raise your hand. And then once I've called upon you, you can press *6 to unmute yourself. And all speakers are limited up to 3 minutes to speak. On that note, I will proceed on to section 2 of the agenda. This is the oral communications from the public. This portion of the meeting is reserved for persons wishing to address the zoning administrator on any matter not on the agenda. Speakers are limited to 3 minutes, and state law prohibits the zoning administrator from acting on non-agenda items. So I will take a moment here and ask if anyone wishes to speak under this section. Please raise your hand and I can call upon you. All right, I'm not seeing anyone. So I will close that item and move on to section 3 of the agenda. This is the consent calendar. So there are 2 project applications listed under this section. The first is item 3.1. This is 1040 Terabella Avenue. This is a request for a development agreement between the City of Mountain View and Storage Equities, Inc. For a site located at 1040 Terabella Avenue. This project is being continued to a future date to be determined. So we will have to renotice that item for whatever the new date may be if it's scheduled for public hearing. So there will be no discussion or any further discussion on that item. The other item on the consent calendar today is item 3.2. This is 2500 Grant Road. This is a request for a planned community permit, development review permit, and a heritage tree removal permit for landscape modifications to remove 10 trees, including 5 heritage trees on an existing almost 40-acre hospital site, and a determination that the project is categorically exempt pursuant to 15304 of the CEQA guidelines. And this is located on the west side of Grant Road between North and South Drive in the P24 El Camino Real Medical Park precise plan. So at this time, I will open these 2 items up for public comment. Once the public comment period is done, then I will review these items together under one motion and action. So with that said, does any members of the public wish to speak about item 3.1 or 3.2? Please raise your hand in Zoom. All right, I don't see anyone. So I'll go ahead and close the public hearing portion or public comment portion of the consent calendar for items 3.1 and 3.2. So as I previously stated, item 3.1, we will not be taking any actions on. So 3.2, I have reviewed the materials that were posted online and reviewed, the particular tree information. And in reviewing the information and looking at the particulars of the improvements being done and the demolition work and activity, I do concur with the tree removals as well as the replacement plan for new trees. And so with that, I will approve with the conditions that have been posted online, item 3.2. So with that, if anyone was here for 3.1 or 3.2, you're welcome to leave at this time. I will proceed on to section 4 of our public hearing portion of the meeting. So we do have one public hearing item, 4.1, which is 2580 West El Camino Real. And this is a request for a provisional use permit to allow a new medical service use, Carbon Health, in an existing roughly 3,000 square foot commercial building on a 5-acre site, and a development review and planned community permit to replace awnings at the site as well, and a determination that the project is categorically exempt pursuant to 15301 of the CEQA guidelines. And this project's located on the north side of El Camino Real between San Antonio Road and Shoreline, Showers Drive in the P40 precise plan. So we do have a staff presentation. If staff could go ahead and present.
Great, thank you. My name is Philip Brennan. I'm the project planner for this application. This project's located on the north side of El Camino Real between San Antonio Road and Showers Drive in the P40 San Antonio precise plan. The applicant requests a provisional use permit to allow a new medical service use for Carbon Health in an existing approximately 3,000 square foot commercial building on a 5.4 acre parcel, a development review permit, and a planned community permit to replace existing awnings at an existing shopping center. Staff has found the proposed use and building and site improvements are consistent with the San Antonio precise plan standards and the general plan's mixed use center land use designation. Staff has also has determined that the project is categorically exempt pursuant to section 15301 existing facilities of the CEQA guidelines. Staff has reviewed the proposal and comments, and based on this analysis and the findings and conditions, recommends conditional approval of this project. Thank you. Oh, you're on mute.
Sorry, thank you. So on that note, thank you for that presentation. Did the applicant wish to say anything or not?
No presentation for the applicant. They are on the line in case there's any specific questions that need to be answered.
Great. So with that, we will go ahead and open this item up to public comment. So if there's anyone from the public on the line who would like to comment on item 4.1 for 2580 West El Camino Real, please raise your hand in Zoom and we can go ahead and allow you to speak. All right, seeing no one, we will go ahead and close the public comment period on this item. So I have had a chance to review the materials that were posted online, as well as the recommended conditions of approval. I do concur that this use is an appropriate use for this location and does provide medical service to this area of the city. And so on that note, and having reviewed all of the conditions, I do recommend that this ultimately be approved. So I will go ahead and make a motion to approve item 4.1 with the conditions of approval as posted by city staff. So that concludes the public hearing item. I do want to mention that all of the actions taken at today's meeting can be appealed to the City Council within 10 calendar days. So if you are interested in an appeal, please contact the project planner listed on the agenda, and we can go ahead and help you, as well as if you had any questions or follow-up comments that you wanted to discuss, please contact the project planner. On that note, I will go ahead and adjourn this ZA meeting at 4:10 p.m. today. So thank you all for who attended, and have a good rest of your day. Thank you.